In this video, I'm going to give you 3 ways to install Catwatchful remotely onto a target device that you do not physically have in your possession. These methods are all based off of the premise of spoof calling and using a voice changer simultaneously. A spoof call being where you are able to disguise your number on someone else's caller ID as anything you want it to be. And while you are making the spoof call, you'll be using a voice changer so the receiving end does not recognize your voice. So you're probably trying to get answers as to whether someone is doing something shady behind your back, whether it be your girlfriend or boyfriend cheating on you, your employees doing dishonest things behind your back, or maybe you want to see what your kids are up to on their cell phones. Whatever the case may be, you will need to have Catwatchful's cell phone monitoring software installed onto the target device you are wanting to monitor. And as you probably already know, you either need to have the target phone in your possession, or you will need to use the methods of installation I'm about to explain. So, if you have watched any of my other videos, you'll notice that I use spoof calling to trick the receiving end into installing cell phone monitoring software onto their own phones, without even realizing what they are doing. What I've not mentioned before, and what many of you trolls are constantly on my ass about, is that I use a voice changer on the spoof calling website, so the receiving end does not pick up on who I really am. Once I make the spoof call, I have one of 3 scripts in front of me that I'll read to them, but first let me show you how spoof calling works. The page I like to use is bluffmycall.com. When the page loads, the first thing you do is enter your phone number, then enter the number you want to call, then the number you want to show up on the receiving end's caller ID. Decide whether you want to use the voice changer, then hit Make Call. They will prompt you to dial a random number, which is routed to the person you're calling with your phone number disguised. It is free for a couple minutes. I recommend putting in $5 to $10 so you can have a full-on conversation and say what you want to say. So, now on to the scripts I used. The first one is based off of the type of service provider the target phone is associated with. For example, when I went to trick my girlfriend into installing Catwatchful onto her phone without recognizing who I was, I knew she had a Verizon phone. So I spoof called her, disguising my own phone number as Verizon's 1-800 number, and then acting as if I were a Verizon representative using the voice changer. Once she answered my spoof call, I introduced myself as Tom from Verizon Wireless and let her know that there had been a security breach on her phone, allowing millions of people to see what info she was typing into her phone, such as her passwords, bank account info, and all that stuff. Once she was all worked up, I told her it would only take a few minutes to fix the problem if she just followed my directions. But the directions I was giving her were the steps to installing Catwatchful onto her own phone without her even realizing it. Once everything was said and done, I was able to monitor everything on her phone from my own phone, computer, and laptop. The second script I used to install Catwatchful onto a target device I do not physically have is again by making a spoof call with the voice changer. But in this instance, I disguised my number as Samsung's 1-800 number. And I let the target know that he or she has won. She's one of 100 people to win a brand new 55-inch TV, and that all she needed to do was install Catwatchful onto her phone. The trick here is to convince the target that Samsung is doing a promo for Catwatchful to help get their name out there, the business name Catwatchful, and that Catwatchful is a downloadable app that protects their cell phone in case they ever lose it or if it's stolen. For a brand new 55-inch TV, the target will be more than willing to follow your directions for installing Catwatchful onto their own phone. I would tell the target that once Catwatchful is downloaded onto their phone, that we, aka Samsung, would ship her new TV within 5 to 7 days. So those are my 3 scripts. If all else fails, and these methods, by the way, have never failed me, but if all else fails, you can have SpyWiz install Catwatchful onto a target device you do not physically have by clicking the link in the description box below. They are a legal and reliable company who will do this for you in a matter of a couple hours. Just provide them with the number to the target device and wait about 2 hours. From there, you'll be able to monitor everything on the target device of your choice. You do not need to do anything either, as SpyWiz does all the work for you after providing them with the number associated with the target device. Again, I've left a link in the description box below this video if you want to use them to have Catwatchful installed on the target device. The next video in this series is going to give you a few more methods to installing Catwatchful onto a target device that is not in your possession. Make sure to like this video and please subscribe to my channel to see all the methods I use as well as other cool phone monitoring tricks. Until next time, thank you guys.